This is a hit list of fragrances you do not want to miss. It's going to be a blast. Most of them you will know, and perhaps some of them will be new to you. But one thing is for sure, all of them are hits, and all of them have one thing in common. Once you have watched the video, let me know in the comments if you figured out what all of them have in common. I have around 10 fragrances I will share with you in this video. Most of you will have heard of or have seen them somewhere in one way or another. Keeping in mind that these are random and there is no ranking of any kind. However, I will give you a general idea of what these fragrances will smell like. This should be super fun. I wonder how many of you will figure out what all of these fragrances have in common. The first one we'll look at is going to be Azzaro Wanted by Night, released in 2018. This is a 150 milliliter bottle. That's why it's so tall. Wanted by Night is a sweet, fruity cinnamon scent profile with an eau de parfum concentration. It also has hints of wood, leather, combined with some patchouli, vanilla, and some tobacco as it dries down. This sort of interesting, well-executed revolver caliber is masculine, it's youthful, it's sweet, and it's suitable for the younger fragrance lover with really good projection and even better longevity. Next, I have two from Carolina Herrera. I have the 2022 release Bad Boy Extreme Eau de Parfum, and I have Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Eau de Parfum from 2016. I added the Good Girl just in case one of your wives or the ladies that watch this channel wanted to participate in figuring out what all these fragrances have in common. The Bad Boy Extreme is a amber aromatic with cacao and patchouli, not as sweet as the Azzaro and more on the earthy side. With some clary sage, and there's also some resins in here like opoponax and frankincense. Really good sprayer. This unique scent is suitable for like an all-year fragrance and can be worn just about by anyone. Projection and longevity are good for this slightly smoky, unique scent with an equally unique bottle. The Good Girl Eau de Parfum from 2016 is a sweet floral with notes like cacao and coffee. Now this right here is only an 80 milliliter bottle stiletto. It looks like it would be 100, but it's actually only an 80 ml. Some of the floral notes in here are going to be jasmine, Bulgarian rose, and some tuberose. It also has some almond and praline listed, but it still doesn't get too sweet because of even though it has the almond and the praline. As far as projection and longevity is concerned on this one, it is on the better than average side. Now, full disclosure, I did buy this Carolina Herrera for my wife back in 2016. One that does get sweet is my next one. It is going to be a Jean Paul Gaultier. And this one is going to be Scandal Purum from 2021. Eau de Toilette concentration. This one right here is a caramel beast with a fresh beginning of sort of clary sage and mandarin. As it dries down, the caramel and tonka bean will take over. When I spray this one in my room, I really can't spray anything else. I don't really wear this one at all. But if you are into a sweet caramel fragrance with sage and mandarin, then this one has a really nice longevity and projection. And it's also a great fragrance for the younger crowd if you go out clubbing. Now, I do have two fragrances from Jean Paul Gaultier I like wearing quite a bit. The first one is Le Male Le Parfum, released in 2020. This is a flanker to the original Le Male back from the 90s and has a lovely, this one right here has a lovely note of iris. All in all, this is a warm, somewhat spicy eau de parfum in the style of the original with a little bit more of a mature vibe. I quite like the spicy nuance this Le Male Parfum brings to the fantastic original Le Male profile. Let's give it a spray. It's a really nice fragrance. And I do enjoy wearing this one. The other one that I have is also going to be a Le Male, and it is Le Male Elixir from 2023. Here we are back with the mint and the lavender, like in the original. However, this new flanker is a parfum concentration. and has the notes of honey and a slight touch of tobacco, which in all honesty, could be a little bit stronger for my liking. Still, it is a nice sweet vanilla and honey released with the same protection and longevity as all the other lamelles. And yes, all of them can be worn for a night out. Let's give this one a spray too. I do have a comparison video that I made when this Elixir first came out in 2023. I compared the Le Parfum, the Ultra Male, and this Elixir in this video. I will link that one in the description for you or on the last screen of this video if you're interested. By the way, have you figured out yet what all of these have in common yet? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there at the comments, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Remember, our fragrance journey begins with but one single scent. Thanks. The last one was an Elixir, and so is the next one. Also released in 2023, this next Elixir is going to be from Gucci. Just like Jean Paul Gaultier's Elixir, this Gucci Guilty Elixir also is perfume concentration. It does, however, smell very, very different, not only from the Lamelle, but also from its Gucci Guilty fragrance family. I think this one right here could have been a standalone and maybe even a new direction for the Gucci line. This green goblin, as I've coined it, is filled with florals like osmanthus. You have some orange blossoms spiced with pimento and nutmeg, grounded with some orris root to give it some depth, and sweetened with some vanilla. It also has a very unique note called ambrofix, which gives this one an unusual but really cozy smell, kind of piney and very forward. I mean, you definitely recognize it. I really do enjoy this one. I also like the longevity and protection of this one. That's why I call it the Green Goblin. It will stay on your clothes for days. I even am considering to buy another bottle, since this one only comes in a 60 milliliter currently, and I've already gone through quite a bit of it. Paco Rabanne also has a spot in this list. It is the 2020 Parfum Release 1 million. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the parfums of the Paco Rabanne 1 million line, but that didn't stop me from getting a few. I quite like the Privé, and I have my eyes on the new Oud, even though I can't seem to really get my hands on it anywhere yet. This 2020 Parfum Release is a salty take on the 1 million empire, with salt, sea notes, ambergris, and it still has a light floral component with the tuberose and labdanum. This 1 million is a nice one for a vacation, sort of like in the Bahamas or something like that, since it already has a slight coconut suntan lotion vibe. Nice one if you want to take it on vacation. However, the next one is a 2022 release that I just discovered while I was on my ski vacation and pretty much wore the entire time while I was skiing. Strangely enough, this one has some aquatic notes in it, and it is the Kenzo OD Parfum. Even though it has aquatic notes, it has some real deep leather and patchouli. It's heavy with it, and it suited me perfectly for the cold weather. The marine notes in this one actually gave it a little bit of a sporty feel, while the other notes kept it sort of denser and fuller bodied, which I found really, really super comfortable. I don't currently own any others from the Kenzo line, but I did smell some in the stores while I was walking around in the city. And I think I will probably pick some of them up, at a later point. I quite enjoy this one. As for now, this is one of my favorite acquisitions in a while. Unique, adequate protection and longevity at for a decent price. And like I said, this one I wore almost every day without regret. This 2022 Eau de Parfum from Kenzo could literally be a signature scent. So I wore this one for my vacation almost every day this winter. Last summer I wore a fragrance almost the entire vacation, and it is most definitely signature scent worthy. It was Ganam by Marc-Antoine Baron. It was released in 2019. This Ganam right here is a super unusual fragrance, with mineral notes, akigal wood surrounded by suede leather. It has tremendous longevity and protection, beautiful scent. Now, not everybody is going to like Ganymede. I get that, but that's, like I said earlier, that's how it is with most things. Now, one of the negative things that I have with Ganymede is that unfortunately I get nose blind to it, but I really like the way it smells. And therefore, what I do is I keep on spraying it all day long. And probably, with me spraying it all day long, I probably choke out people, around me in the vicinity. But that's how it goes. I really like the way it smells. I just wish I didn't go nose blind to it. But it's a really beautiful scent. So what do you think? Did you figure it out? What all these fragrances have in common? What the common thread is? They're all amazing, I know that. I hope you did figure it out. Let me know in the comments. I do hope you had a good time. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Until next time, I want you to take good care of yourself and others. Always smell nice, and I will talk to you soon.